Okay, hello and welcome to this week's Instagram Live. I'm so excited that I was able to do this today because I nearly did not do it. How are we doing? How's the week been? Okay. Okay, I'm just going to continue. Wherever people catch up with us, can always watch the replay. All right, so today we are talking about the 20-minute wonder. We're talking about the 20-minute wonder. Hi, Thomasin, how are you? Baby mama, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. I am so excited for you. Congratulations. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and teach to those on Facebook, to those on Instagram, to those on Facebook. I'm just going to go ahead and teach, and we can always watch the replay later. Today, I want to talk about what I call the 20-minute wonder. Okay, my name is Ijo Formado. I am a premium productivity coach. What that means is that I try to, for those who are coming on Facebook who haven't met me before, what that means is that I try to, I help professionals maximize their productivity, especially Christian professionals, so that they can be everything that God has called them to be. This excuse of I have 9 to 5 and I cannot do other things, it has to end, because we seem to be a generation that because we have 9 to 5 jobs, we're not able to do the other things we need to do, and yet over 7% of the population are still in paid employment. So we need to find a way to make our life work, because the truth is that everybody will not be a boss. Everybody will not be an entrepreneur. Some people just want to have something they are doing by their side, blessing lives without having to hang their hat on being profitable, because you can decide to be a blessing and do something. And there's another thing when something is the sole source of your income, and then even if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But this Egyptian thing of being in a slave trade, and you're not able to do anything because you're in paid employment, meaning it has to end. So that's really about it. So that's what I help people do. My twist is that I bring faith into it. So I am so focused on using Jesus to scale in life. And today I want to talk about productivity. Okay, so if you're on Instagram, my eyes are darting because I have a lot of people on Facebook. I have some people on Facebook, yeah, and I want to be able to I want to be able to catch them, that my eyes to and from them. All right, so today I want to talk about how to plan your day using the power of how to plan your day. Hello, Steel Cash. How to plan your day using the power of the 20-minute with 20-minute timer. All right, so like I said, I'm into productivity, and usually there was a research that was done, and it was discovered that less than 5% of professionals actually plan their time. Sorry, what that means is that less than 5% of professionals sit down to actually say, okay, this is what I want to do this week, and this is what I want to do tomorrow, and this is how I want to achieve it. What that leads to is that we're not as productive as we want to be, and we are not able to pull in the results. And so because you don't have a plan for your day, whatever the day has planned for you goes. Of course, we all know this in our head, but then when it comes to actually carrying it out, it becomes a challenge. So when it was asked, okay, why is this like this? People are like, oh, it takes me a long time to do this. It takes me a long time to achieve that. How can I even plan my day on Saturdays and the rest? So like, okay, no problem. I read that report, and I'm a professional and I'm into productivity. So I decided, okay, I was going to study and research and bring out something that was somewhat of a solution. And in my study and research, I found that it wasn't just actually me that was doing that. I realized that what I was studying about, a lot of people were studying about it. And though my conclusions are a little bit different because they are based on what I've observed and personal experience, we're still back to the same thing, using the 20-minute time block to achieve productivity. So what does it mean? It means that, sorry, I think I'm a little bit nervous. It means that when you are planning your day, you plan whatever you want to do in 20-minute breaks, in 20-minute time box. So it means that whatever you do now, 20 minutes is one third of an hour. So whatever you do, you plan it in 20 minutes. For example, you can have a task that you're going to work on. You plan for that task in 20 minutes. Why? Because we're filled everywhere around us is distractions. I told somebody one day, I said, distraction, it's distraction, the distraction of today, it's not something you can avoid. It's like Lagos traffic. You have to find a way to navigate it. You can't avoid distractions. You can try your best, but you cannot completely avoid distractions. It's like Lagos traffic if you walk on the island. And those distractions are coming for the people that walk on the island. In other words, it's coming for those who are just showing you the word high flyers, because those people are the people that have the money to be able to pay for those distractions, in quote. So it's like traffic on Lake Third Mainland Bridge. You need to just learn how to navigate it. And one of the ways you can navigate it is using the 20 minutes time box. So whatever it's, so you plan your time in 20 minutes. So what that means is that you write out all the tasks you have for the day. Now, typically, when you're planning your day, all the things you have to do fall into two things. You either have a task or you have a routine. A routine is something that you do every day. You pray every morning, you exercise every morning, you drink a cup of water, you read every day. All those things are routines. Then the second one is a task. A task is what you do. A task is how do I explain now? A task is something that you add to your list that is not a routine. It's actually something that is not a routine, not something you do every day. But I was looking for a better explanation. So, for example, sending an email or doing a particular piece of work or something that you don't do every day or every time, that is what a task is. Now, we have subdivisions for all that, but majorly anything you do in your day is either something you do daily or it's something you don't do daily. Now, what that means is that you try to plan these things in such a way that within 20 minutes you can do it. Let me give an example. I have a morning routine that I crafted for professionals. It's called the PAVER routine. PAVER is PAVER. In fact, I updated it recently to call it the PAVER squared routine. So PAVER. What that means is P is for prayer, A is for affirmation, V is for visualization, E is for exercise, and R is for reading. The P, so what I did was, though with the PAVER routine, I used the 15-minute formula, because I realized that if you do I realized that if you work with 20 minutes, it might be long for some people. But let's just do 20 minutes for now. For example, for the PAVER now for the P part has 20 minutes. Now, it means that you typically spend 20 minutes in the morning praying. Now, this is not a standard. I created this routine for professionals who have been struggling before now to have an effective prayer life. So, you start from somewhere. You start small, but you grow from there. So, I put 20 minutes for P. Then the remaining ADER, I put 20 minutes, dividing it up into 5 minutes. Now, like I said, this is just for a start. There's one that is 1 hour, there's one that is 2 hours. And then as you get more comfortable, you can add more time to the part that suits you most. But it's just for a start. And the whole idea of this is that you're able to do something meaningful with a short box of time. So in 20 minutes, you pray, and then in the remaining 20 minutes, you've run through reading for 5 minutes, saying your confessions, visualization. Meanwhile, I have a visualization practice. I know there's a meditation practice out there, but I have a visualization practice scriptured in the Word of God. I think I should probably come and teach it one day. You know, a visualization and then reading. So whatever you plan, whatever you do gets boxed in that 20 minutes. Now, let me give an example for myself. Now, my typical day, I have a routine in the morning. I have my evening routine. So my morning routine is PAVER, but it's the should I call it upgraded? No, I don't want to call it upgraded. It's not like the other one is. It has more time slot in it, but I still do it in 20 minutes. So I have my evening routine. I still do it in box of 20 minutes. Now, when I'm done with my morning and evening routines, I have other things I do during the day. For example, in an hour, I try to schedule a maximum of 2 things to do in an hour. But each of them has 20 minutes. Now, 20 minutes is equal to 40 minutes. Why I leave that break of 20 minutes is to plan for uncertainties or things that could come up. I'm a mother. I work for someone. I have my own stuff. So when I just plan, okay, this is something that could take me 20 minutes. I just put it in. You know, now if I look at a task and that task is going to take me more than 20 minutes, I schedule it for 40 minutes instead. Let me give an example. Please come and teach it. Okay, let me give an example. Okay, I will. I think someone else had asked me for it, so I will. Let me give an example. So, I have a prayer community that I join every morning to pray for the body of Christ. They typically pray for about 1 hour, but I join them for 30 minutes because the remaining 30 minutes they share the word. And I just join them for 30 minutes because I do that and I go on to start work. Now, because it takes 30 minutes and I'm planning in blocks of 20 minutes, I allocate 2 time blocks to it. That's 40 minutes. And then the other time I could use it for something else. So typically I plan in 20-minute boxes, but I don't fill it up. So that anything that I want to get done. So what the advantage of doing in that 20 minutes is that as I'm telling you, because remember I talked about the fact that we're a very distracted world. So in that 20 minutes that I'm doing that thing, I'm going to tell myself, Haba, IJ, it's just 20 minutes, just concentrate and do this thing. Just do it. It's just 20 minutes. So everything has to wait. Any distraction, anything that is not life and death. Okay, when I use the phrase life and death, I don't mean it literally. It's something I used to do at work when I'll tell my junior colleague I'm going on lunch break. If it's not life and death, don't call me. And she would laugh, you know. So anything that is not very serious can wait because, man, it's just 20 minutes I'm giving to this. I use it to read, so I just want to read for 20 minutes. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that even if I get to read for 20 minutes, it's enough to deceive my brain in quotes, especially in the face of huge distractions that come on, it's just 20 minutes I'm reading. But by the time you compound that 20 minutes over time, it gives you yield, as opposed to someone say, I want to read for 30 minutes or I want to read for 1 hour. I think the trick of life is trying to think that we can do so much in a long time without we can do so much in a long time, giving our full focus to it instead of the distraction you have to. I mean, except you're a monk, you live by yourself, it's going to be difficult. That's why I said that distraction in this age is like Lagos traffic. You can't avoid it. Especially if you live in Lagos, you just need to navigate it. All right. So I said it's a 20 minutes over 2 minutes. Now, sometimes when you are planning your day, there are some things that sometimes when you're carrying out your plans, there's some things that could come up. I have a general principle. If it's something that can take me 2 minutes to fix, I stand up and do it. For example, I work from home and I'm doing something and my child starts crying. I want this, I want that. Usually ahead of the day, I try to prep everything that they need, put their water in their water bottle, arrange everything and all that. So I know that when I'm really standing up is to prepare lunch or something. But someone wants something. And usually it's something that will take me under 2 minutes. I'll just stand up and attend to it and go back to what I'm doing. But once it's more than 2 minutes, I could schedule it. Like, okay, I will do it after. Remember I told you that I don't fill up all my time blocks. I could just schedule 2 things maximum for an hour. If I put in a 13, it's usually something that might not even take up to 5 minutes to do. And sometimes I don't schedule an hour straight. Sometimes I schedule a block of hours, depending. So when if it's more than 2 minutes, I don't bother. Like, no need. I just, write it down. Okay, just give me 20 minutes. I could look at the time. I usually use my timer. Okay, I'm going to attend to you in 15 minutes. I'm going to attend to you in 10 minutes. And then when I'm done, I'll stand up. I'll do it for the person, or do what I need to do depending on the scale of importance that thing is on, and then I also try to delegate a whole lot. So that's basically how I plan, and that's one way that I really up my productivity, because it helps me bring some order into my day. So how does this really work at the end of the day? So this is what I do when I'm planning my day. Ideally, when I'm planning my week, my favor, how are you? That's my sister. Ideally, when I'm planning my week, I look at the time box that I have, and write the activities I should have, I want to carry out. But when I'm getting down to planning my day the night before, I look at the time that I have to fix in the task that I want to do. And then what I do is I look at the task and try to attach the particular time that each task will need. Sum up the time and make sure that I have adequate time on my calendar to be able to accommodate it. Basically. So at the end of the day, that's what really, it's all about. Now, I would say that now I learned this. One of the ways I learned this was from, I'm an IT professional. Is from studying Scrum which basically is an agile methodology approach, really. So that's where I got this idea from, and I refined it with, of course, with a lot of with some research. So basically, I think that's it. Now I think that's about it. I typically don't spend so much on time on Instagram Live. I just wanted to come and share with you today on what I do, how I plan my day, and how the 20 minutes principle helps me. But I'll say this as I close, that time planning is not something you do by yourself. You can plan all the time you want to plan, and the enemy will throw things if you don't commit that plan into God's hand. So you need to be able to commit your plans into God's hand. You need to be able to get God in the mix and tell God, this is the things I've planned. Present it to him and let him breathe upon it and bless whatever it is that you've planned. Or tell you, no, my daughter or my son, I want you to go this way. I want you to do this. I want you to handle it like this. So the Bible says that many are the plans of a man's heart, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. So it's always great that whatever you do, you present it to God and ask God to lead you and to guide you. So you can make all the plans. You pray before making the plans, and you still commit into God's hand before making the plans. All right? So that's about it today on Instagram Live. Today we talked about time planning, the power of 20 minutes in your planning. Though some do 15 minutes. I do 15 minutes sometimes, but I prefer 20 minutes because it's easier for me and I have more breathing space. Yeah, and then we talked about, inviting God into your plans, and we talked about the fact that if something, whatever you're doing, if in the midst of carrying out your plan, you have an interruption that is more than 2 minutes, that is less than 2 minutes, you can quickly fix it. But once it's more than 2 minutes, you probably might need to schedule it or say, okay, no, hold on, let me finish up what I'm doing and I'll attend to it. That way, you're able to get things done with less distraction. Because, like I say, distraction in this age is like Lagos traffic. It's not something you can avoid. It's something that you would have to navigate. All right? Cheers to super beautiful, productive life. The Lord is our strength. Thank you so much for coming out, to everyone on Instagram, to everyone on Facebook. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you have questions, you can send me DMs or make comments under the video when it's uploaded, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much, and have a super productive rest of the week, and have a beautiful night. Good night.